This is teacher Haris Bhatt and you are seeing my YouTube channel Learn Accounting with Sir Haris. Today we are going to solve a question from AS Accounting, right? AS Accounting, and the topic is depreciation. Okay, so depreciation is one of the main topic of AS Accounting, and we always find questions from depreciation in the paper, in our AS paper, paper 2 of Accounting 9706. This question has come in February, March 24, 22. It is written, we mentioned February, March 24, 22. Let's start doing this question. 22 हमारा ही वेरिएंट होता है, लेकिन फरवरी मार्च के वेरिएंट भी हमारा ही होता है. So Zainab uses the straight line method of depreciation for business vehicles. Always remember, whenever you find a question which states you to go for the solution with straight line method, उसका मतलब है question थोड़ा आसान है, मुश्किल नहीं. Because straight line method is always easier than reducing balance method. But if straight line method comes with annual basis, it becomes more easy. Again, here the straight line method has come with monthly basis. The monthly basis is also very simple. It's not a big deal to solve the question on monthly basis. The non-current assets of the business includes two vehicles. Vehicle 1, 26,000, which has been purchased on 1st January 2021. So it means that this asset is going to use for the whole year in 21, for the whole year in 22, and so on. But the second vehicle, which has been purchased for 28,200 on 1st September 2022. So this is used from September 22 till December, which becomes how many months? September, October, November, December, 4 months. You need to calculate depreciation for 4 months in 2022. And then from 2023, it will be depreciated again for the whole year, right? So vehicles are depreciated by 20% per annum. Depreciation is calculated on a month-by-month basis in the year of purchase. No depreciation is provided in the year of disposal. The financial year ends on 31st December. In this question, there is no disposal. That is already I have mentioned you. Prepare the journal entry to record the depreciation charge for the year 31st December 2022. A narrative is not required. So remember this, that what is the, that the journal entries for depreciation has come in back in 2014. Back in 2014. And then it has come in 2024. Then see, 10 years. And I have, I have shown you many topics which has come after 20 years, after 10 years. Generally, it comes after 10 years. I have seen many topics in company accounts, right? In other, some things, some more concepts. So this question is a normal question. It's not difficult at all. But problem is this, that he has asked us to pass the entry. So entries has come last time in A levels in 2014. And before 2014, entries has never come. So my student have appeared in 2014. They got A, but they did this question wrong. He did this question wrong. He is now certified chartered accountant, and he is working in Saudi Arabia in a firm and having a very healthy salary after completing his CA. So he did the question wrong. Even then he got A in accounting overall. So the entry you have to pass, and you know that entry means he has prepared T accounts, unfortunately. You have to pass the entry. And entry to record depreciation is profit and loss account debit, and provision for depreciation is going to be credit, or income statement debit, or allowance for depreciation. Yeah, accumulated depreciation is going to be credit. It's a liability count, that's why it is going to be credit. Now let's pass the solve it. 26,000. We have to calculate depreciation for 31st December 2022. The normal way to calculate depreciation is to see that how many assets we have in the year 2022 which has been utilized, which has been used during the year. So this 26,000 cost of asset has been used during the year in 2022 also. As we are using straight line method, so we can calculate depreciation easily on the cost of the asset. Let's calculate 26,000 multiplied by 20% for the whole year. Yes, I know. This 26,000 of the cost of the asset is depreciated in 2021 also for the whole year, which is 5,200. But again in 2022, as it is straight line method, so we have to calculate depreciation on the cost of the asset. So it will become again 5,200. 26,000 into 20% for the whole year. The answer is 5,200. Again, next asset is which is purchased in 2022 on 1st September. We need to calculate depreciation on that. That is 28,200 multiplied by 20%, but it is used only for 4 months. September, October, November, December. So we'll calculate depreciation according to 4 months, 4 over 12. So what is the amount? That is, 1880. Okay, now go for the total. 5,200 plus 1880. This will be the depreciation charge for the year, for which we have to pass the entry. Narration is not required. Yes, 7080. I will pass the entry profit and loss account debit 7080. Provision for depreciation credit 7080. So we are done with this particular part, and we have passed the entry for depreciation regarding this particular scenario. Now let's move forward. What is the next part? Prepare the provision for depreciation vehicle account for the year ended 31st December 2022. Now I have to prepare the provision for depreciation account actually for the year 2022. So let's do that. Remember this, that we are presently preparing the account for 2022. It means that the asset which has already been used or depreciated in the past, okay, we have to take the depreciation along in with the question. पिछले सालों की डेप्रिसिएशन को साथ लेके चलना है. तो 1/1/22 को आपके पास सबसे पहले बेटा क्या आएगा? ब्रॉड डाउन. वो क्या ब्रॉड डाउन है? In 2021, the asset which cost 26,000 has been depreciated by 20%, which is 5,200. But we didn't prepare the account for that because he didn't ask us to prepare the account for that. So that will come as balance brought down on the credit side, 5,200. Again, if you prepare the provision for depreciation account, you can prepare the account for 21 also. What you will do, profit and loss account के नाम से आप credit करेंगे 5,200, वो आपका बन जाएगा carried down, and that will become the brought down of 2022 for the next year. Now, I'm going to calculate depreciation for 2022, which I have already calculated, and I have passed the entry for the depreciation charge for 2022, profit and loss account debit, provision for depreciation credit. I have passed the entry 31st 12. Provision for depreciation account credit हो रहा है because of profit and loss account 7080. I'll go for the total of this. Why I'm going for the total of this? Because there is no disposal actually. There is no other total. What is the total? 12,280. So this will come here also 12,280, and I will write here on 31st 12 going to be the carried down 12,280, and this will become the brought down of the next year, like here 12,280. So we are done with this part also. We have passed the entry for depreciation charge for the year, and we have prepared the account of provision for depreciation account, but we have prepared only provision for 2022. Let's see how many marks. 3 marks for the entry and 3 marks for the account. But we have to remember this. We have to prepare the what should I say? We have to write the brought down also, because brought down has number actually. So brought down is important. Now in the next part, addition information, we have to prepare the vehicle disposal account, which is also very, very simple. It has 4 marks. Let's see. Vehicle disposal means sale of an asset. So in depreciation, whenever there is going to be sale of an asset, we used to prepare a separate account called asset disposal account. Whenever an asset is sold, we have to prepare a separate account called asset disposal account, and asset disposal account has some entries. On 15th February 2023, vehicle 1 was disposed of at a profit of 4,200, and the proceeds were paid into the business bank account, right? So let's prepare the entries, and then I will go for the disposal account. So first entry, which we used to pass regarding the disposal, for any asset is going to be vehicle disposal account debit and vehicle account is going to be credit. This is known as temporary account. Vehicle disposal account is a temporary account which is prepared only to find the profit or loss on sale of asset. And after getting the profit or loss on sale of asset, this account will not be used anywhere. So, as it is an expense or income account, it is closed with the name profit and loss account. Either there is a profit or there is a loss. The first entry for the disposal we pass when the asset is going to be sold, that will be passed with the cost of the asset sold. So that is passed with the cost of the asset sold. Okay. So we know that which asset is going to be sold in this particular question. He said that vehicle 1 has been sold. Vehicle 1, the cost of the vehicle 1, because we need to pass the entry with the cost of the vehicle 1, which is 26,000, right? So entry is going to be vehicle disposal account debit with the cost of the asset 26,000 and vehicle account credit. Sir, why this entry has passed? Let me explain you. Beta, vehicle account is credit because vehicle asset is decreasing, because vehicle is going out of the business. So decrease in vehicle, decrease in asset credit, and it is transferred to vehicle disposal account. So that is why vehicle disposal account is debited with 26,000 with the cost of the asset. याद रखिएगा, जो भी एसेट आप बेच रहे होते हैं ना, आप उसकी कॉस्ट को और उस पर होने वाली डेप्रिसिएशन को एसेट अकाउंट से और डेप्रिसिएशन अकाउंट से निकाल देते हैं और उन्हें फेंक देते हैं कहां? डिस्पोजल अकाउंट में. एंड दैट इज व्हाई वी प्रिपेयर डिस्पोजल अकाउंट, बिकॉज फ्रॉम देयर we used to calculate the profit or loss on sale of that asset. This is the first entry which we have passed. Let me open the disposal account also for you. चलिए बाद में बताते हैं, कोई बात. Next entry we pass is regarding the depreciation. And what is the entry? Provision for depreciation is going to be debit and vehicle disposal account is going to be credit. This entry we are going to pass with the total depreciation on asset sold. We'll pass this entry with the total depreciation on asset sold. So whatever asset is sold, provision for depreciation is debit. Why? Because provision for depreciation is a liability account, it is always credited. But now we are taking out all the depreciation from the provision for depreciation account. So decrease in liability is going to be debit and disposal account is going to be credit, because we have transferred the depreciation to disposal account. Which depreciation? Depreciation on the asset sold. The कौन सी वाली? From the date of purchase till the date of sale. I repeat again. We need to calculate the depreciation on the asset sold from the from the date of purchase till the date of sale. Although we have already calculated it, but I will still go for that again. The asset which is sold is used in 2021, 26,000 into 20%, that is 5,200. The asset which is sold is used in 2022, again 26,000 into 20%, again 5,200. The asset which is sold is used again in 2023, but we will not charge depreciation in 2023. Why, sir? See, it is clearly stated in the question that even the asset is sold on 15th February, it means that it is used in January, it is used in 15 days of February, but we will not calculate depreciation. Why, sir? Although it is month-to-month basis, but it is said that no depreciation is provided in the year of disposal. So if the asset is sold, even the case is month-to-month, we will not calculate depreciation on the asset sold. वो नहीं आएगी, हम उस पर depreciation नहीं निकालेंगे. Now let's go for the total. The total depreciation is going to be on the asset sold from the date of purchase till the date of sale is 10,400. I will pass the entry provision for depreciation debit, because I will take out the amount from the provision for depreciation account of total depreciation on the asset sold, and I will transfer it to the disposal account with the total depreciation. So provision for depreciation debit and disposal account is going to be credit. So let me write here the amount because the space is little less. Okay. The next entry we are going to pass, that is for the sale proceeds on the asset sold. So we used to pass the entry that whatever amount we got from the sale of the asset, that is bank, is going to be debit, and vehicle disposal account is going to be credit. Yes, vehicle disposal will always be used in the entry as the other side of the account because it is a temporary account. It is used for a specific purpose, and then after calculating the profit or loss, it will be abolished. It will not go anywhere from there. So bank debit and vehicle disposal credit, and I will pass this entry with the sale proceeds of the asset sold. Problem is this, that we don't have the sale proceeds available. It is not available with us, right? Because we don't know the sale proceeds. Last entry is with the profit or loss on sale of asset, and the last entry is supposed to be prepared after preparing the vehicle disposal account. So let's prepare the vehicle disposal account, and then we can calculate the profit or loss on sale of asset also, usually. But in this case, we need to find the disposal proceeds because the asset is sold, but we don't have the amount of the, in which amount it is sold out. The vehicle disposal account, I'm going to prepare in quick front of you. So let's pass the entries. Obviously, T account is prepared after entries. And because we are preparing vehicle disposal account, so in the first entry, vehicle disposal account is there. Yes, it is there. It is debited with 26,000. So I will write the amount on the debit side, 26,000, and the name will come of the opposite side, which is vehicle. So this amount will be credited in the asset account and debited in the vehicle disposal account. क्योंकि वहां से हम निकाल रहे हैं कॉस्ट को और यहाँ पे डाल रहे हैं क्योंकि हमने एसेट अपना सेल कर दिया. तो व्हीकल डिस्पोजल अकाउंट डेबिट हो रहा है 26,000 से, किसकी वजह से? व्हीकल की वजह से. नेक्स्ट एंट्री, व्हीकल डिस्पोजल अकाउंट फिर क्रेडिट हो रहा है बेटा इस दफा, कितने से? 10,400 से. इसकी वजह से बिकॉज ऑफ प्रोविजन फॉर डेप्रिसिएशन which is total depreciation on the asset sold. So that is 10,400. Next entry we pass is bank to asset disposal account. So vehicle disposal account credit over because of bank, but we don't know the amount. We are not familiar with the amount of that particular bank. Now remember, if credit side is heavier, we are going to have a profit, and if debit side is heavier, we are going to have a loss. If credit is heavier, side is heavier, we will have profit. We will have profit written on the debit side. लिखेंगे debit side पे with the name profit and loss account. Vice versa. अगर क्रेडिट साइड बढ़ी है तो आपको प्रॉफिट होगा, ठीक है, और वो हम डेबिट पे लिखेंगे प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट के नाम से. अगर डेबिट साइड बढ़ी होगी तो आपको लॉस होगा और वो भी आप प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट के नाम से ही लिखेंगे, लेकिन वो क्रेडिट साइड पे लिखेंगे. वजह सर, बिकॉज दिस इज नॉट ए एसेट एंड लायबिलिटी अकाउंट. It is not closed with balance carried down. It is a temporary account. It is closed. It is an expense or income account. It is closed with the name profit and loss account. And from here, it will be the profit will be transferred to the income statement. It will be added in gross profit. या फिर expense loss होगा तो subtract हो जाएगा, expenses में लिखा जाएगा. देखते हैं अब इस क्वेश्चन में उसने profit is already given in the question. See, it is clearly stated. He has given that in the preparation of vehicle disposal account, it was disposed of at a profit of 4,200 and the proceeds were paid into the business bank account. So we know the profit, but we don't need the bank proceeds. So profit is 4,200. It will be written on the debit side with the name profit and loss account 4,200, and the total amount of the debit side we can write now, that is 30,200. This amount will also come on the total 30,200. And the difference is going to be the bank figure. It means that the sale proceeds from the sale of that asset is 30,200 minus 10,400. क्या आती है? 19,800. So this is going to be the bank proceeds. Normally in the question, bank proceeds are normally given in the question. And we have to find the profit and loss on the disposal of the asset. If credit side will heavier, the difference will be written on the debit side with the name profit and loss account. If debit side is heavier, the difference will be written on the credit side with the name profit and loss account. But here we can see that the bank figure was the missing figure. So we have already calculated that by taking the difference of the disposal account, that is 19,800. We can pass the entry now. Bank debit 19,800 and vehicle disposal account credit 19,800. Now we have calculated the profit also because the credit side is heavier. Now we can pass the entry after the preparation of vehicle disposal account, and the entry will be that vehicle disposal account is debited with 4,200, right? किसकी वजह से बेटा? Because of profit and loss account. वो क्या हो जाएगा? Right हो जाएगा. So the last entry to record the profit on the sale of asset is vehicle disposal debit 4,200 and profit and loss account credit 4,200. If there is going to be a loss, we'll go for the reverse entry. Profit and loss account is going to be debit as an expense and vehicle disposal will be credited. Because it is a profit, so profit and loss account will be credited and vehicle disposal is going to be debited. But we used to pass this entry after preparing the T account, after preparing the disposal account. अच्छा, इसको जरा सर अगर ये एंट्री गलत पास हो जाए, हो ही नहीं सकती. देखिए, व्हीकल डिस्पोजल अकाउंट इसको दोबारा पोस्ट करें अकाउंट के अंदर, तो व्हीकल डिस्पोजल अकाउंट हमारा क्या हो रहा है बेटा? डेबिट हो रहा है. कितने से? 4,200 से. आई विल राइट द अमाउंट 4,200 ऑन द डेबिट साइड एंड द रेफरेंस विल कम ऑफ द ऑपोजिट साइड व्हिच इज प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस. इसका मतलब है हमने एंट्री बिल्कुल सही पास की. अगर आप गलत होती भी तो वो बैठती ना पूरी, और ना बैठती तो आप इसको रिवर्स कर सकते थे एंट्री को. तो ठीक जो है आप फिर भी कर लेते. ठीक है जी. देखिए, हाँ पूछो पूछो, मसला है तो बताएं.
जो ये भी एंट्री पास की है,
हाँ.
ये एग्जैक्टली यानी क्या हमें प्रूफ दे रही है? यानी कि हमें प्रॉफिट
ये प्रूफ ये दे रही है, अभी बताता हूँ आपको, मसला ही कोई नहीं है. देखें, आपकी कॉस्ट थी बेटा एसेट की कितनी? 26,000. उस पर डेप्रिसिएशन हुई है अब तक बेटा 10,400. ऐसे ही है. ये माइनस कर दें जरा. वो तो काउंटिंग ट्रीटमेंट है ना, कैलकुलेशन तो आप कर सकते हैं. कैलकुलेशन तो मैथ्स के जरिए होनी है. क्या आता है? 15,600. दिस इज द नेट बुक वैल्यू ऑफ द एसेट. ठीक है, कि एसेट अब आपका इतना इसकी वैल्यू रहेगी. अब बेचा आपने कितने का बेटा? जो पैसे मिले आपको 19,800 का आपने बेचे. ऐसे ही है ना. तो सेल किया आपने, तो आपने ज्यादा का सेल किया है ना, तो डिफरेंस जो है वो क्या है आपका? वो प्रॉफिट है. देखने वही नहीं कर रहे प्रॉफिट आप. दिस इज जस्ट ए कैलकुलेशन, but accounting treatment will not be the same. Why, sir? Because whenever you are going to treat something in accounting, you have to go for the, whenever you are going to record something in accounting, Rafia, Rahim, we have to go for what? क्या करना पड़ता है हमें? We have to go for the entries. You have to pass entries. You have to prepare T accounts. क्योंकि अकाउंटिंग में किसी भी चीज को इसी फॉर्मेट में रिकॉर्ड किया जाता है. ठीक है, यही इसके अल्फाबेट्स हैं, इसी पे रिकॉर्ड किया जाता है. तो इसीलिए मैंने इसको इस तरीके से डेवलप किया, वो करके बताया. देखिए कोई मसला है तो बताएं, फिर हम आगे चलें. ये वर्किंग आपने कोई नहीं करनी. ये वर्किंग तो अकाउंटिंग का हिस्सा नहीं है. वैसे मेरे समझाने के लिए वर्किंग करके दिखाइए, क्योंकि हमने तो उसको अकाउंटिंग ट्रीटमेंट के तरीके से शो करना हो. आई कहते हैं स्टेट वन रीजन why it may be better to use the reducing balance method of depreciation for vehicles. Vehicle is a technological asset, right? So it reduces their value more in early years and less in later years. So with the passage of time, at the start of the use of the asset, repair and maintenance costs will be zero. So there will be more depreciation. But as soon as the vehicle will get old, repair and maintenance costs will get more and depreciation will be on the lower side. That's why we use reducing balance method on the vehicles, computers, technological assets, machinery, right, equipment. All these assets will be depreciated through reducing balance method. State explain two counting concepts which apply to depreciation. The number one is prudence. If we will not record depreciation in the income statement as expense, our profit will be overstated, right? Then second thing, our non-current asset will also be overstated. That is also wrong. Second concept is that the accrual and matching concept says that expenses should be recorded in the period to which it relates. Either it is paid or not. So depreciation is a non-cash expense. Nothing is going out from our pocket actually. But our value of our asset is going to reduce gradually. So we need to record that expense in the current year, so that matching concept should be applied. Expenses should be recorded in the period in which the income is going to be earned. मुझे बताएं कि क्या हम उस एसेट को इस्तेमाल करके उसका फायदा नहीं खा रहे हैं? क्या हमने जिस साल एसेट को यूज किया है व्हीकल को, क्या हमने उससे इनकम नहीं कमाई? तो जब इस्तेमाल किया है तो उसकी वैल्यू भी तो डिक्रीज हुई होगी ना, उसकी आउटपुट, उसका बेनिफिट ऐसा ऐसा क्या होगा, कम होता जाएगा। तो उसकी कॉस्ट को भी आपको, डेप्रिसिएशन को भी उसी साल रिकॉर्ड करना पड़ेगा। इसको कॉस्ट एंड बेनिफिट एनालिसिस का नाम भी दिया है। सो कॉस्ट ऑफ द यूज ऑफ द एसेट should be recorded in the period in which the benefit from that asset has been derived। जो आपने उठाया तो उसको फिर हम तरीके से जो है वो रिकॉर्ड जो है वो करेंगे। ठीक है जी। तो ये हमारा अकाउंटिंग कॉन्सेप्ट जो है वो हमने इसको अप्लाई कर दिया। ठीक है जी। तो अभी इसको हम नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन हम देखते हैं हम इसका, और ये कब आया है जी? Calculate the balance on the provision for depreciation account at 31st December. And question number 2, this question has come in which year? Let me see. अच्छा ये नहीं लिखा हुआ, तो let's do it, then we'll go for that. Myra owns a delivery business. The following information is available about her business delivery vehicles. 1st August 2017, we have purchased asset A, 30,000 cost. B, 1st February 2018, cost is 36,000. C, 1st June, cost is 39,000. Vehicles are depreciated using a straight line method at 20% per annum. Depreciation is charged on a month-by-month basis. The business financial year ends on 31st December. So we can call it as normal financial year. Normal financial year means which start from 1st January and ends on 31st December. And normal financial year means which start from 1st July or during the year, right? The method is still straight line, so it is easy. Diminishing balance method. But depreciation is on month-by-month basis, not annual, right? Calculate the balance on the provision for depreciation account at 31st December 2019. So we need to calculate depreciation for 2019. So as it is straight line method, we can do that easily, because in straight line method, also known as original cost method, we used to charge depreciation on the cost of the asset. We used to charge depreciation. We used to charge depreciation on the cost of the asset. So let's calculate that. 30,000 asset is purchased on 1st August, but remember this, in 2017, it is used from August to December. So in 17, we should have calculated depreciation, which is basically August, September, October, November, December, 5 months. But in 18, it is going to use for the whole year. In 19, again, it is going to use for the whole year. So we are supposed to calculate depreciation balance on provision for depreciation at 31st December 2019. So in this question, he is not asking us to calculate depreciation only for the year 2019. He is asking us to calculate total depreciation till 2019. So it means we have to calculate depreciation for every year. So let's start from 2017. So 2017, we have only one asset, and it is depreciated 30,000 multiplied by, how much is the percentage? 20% multiplied by 5 over 12. August, September, October, November, December. How much it will become? 30,000 into 20% is 6,000. No. 6,000 into 5 over 12. No. 25. Okay, we are done with that. Now we are supposed to calculate depreciation for 2018. In 2018, we have two type of assets. One, which we have already have from the previous year. We will calculate depreciation on 30,000 at the rate of 20% for the whole year, which is going to be 6,000. And one asset we have purchased new in 2018, which will cost us 36,000 into 20%. In how many months we'll calculate? 1st February onwards. So that becomes February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, 11 over 12. Only 1 month is missed. Because it is month-to-month basis, so we need to calculate depreciation for 2018 according to monthly basis, which is 11 over 12.
6600.
66. So total is going to be for 2018, 12,600 is the depreciation for 2018. Now I'm going to calculate depreciation for 2019. So now we have three assets. The 30,000 is still with us at the rate of 20% for the whole year. That is 6,000 again. 36,000 of the asset is also with us. It is used 11 months in the previous year, but this year in 2019, it is used for the whole year. So 36,000 into 20%, 7,200. And we have purchased another asset in 2019 actually for 39,000 cost into 20%, and this purchased on 1st June. So let's calculate it through monthly basis. June, July, August, September, October, November, December. It becomes 7 months. So into 7 over 12, 45, 50, 4550. So the total depreciation for all the three assets for 2019 is going to be 6,000 plus 7,200 plus 4,500.
17,750.
That is going to be 17,750. 17750. Okay. Now we have to calculate the total depreciation. We remember that brought down of 2,500 will become the carried down of 2017, and it will become the brought down of 2018. Then the carried down of 2018 will become the brought down of 2019. So we have to add all of them actually. 2,500 plus 12,600 and plus 17750 will get the total depreciation or provision for depreciation balance carried down at the end of 31st December 2019.
32850.
32850. So this is going to be the answer for this particular part. I know it is not that easy, but we have to do that accordingly. That we have to calculate. Problem is this, that the examiner didn't ask us to find the depreciation for 2019. He wanted us to calculate the balance carried down on the provision for depreciation of vehicle, which includes all the depreciation of 2017, 18 and 19. So I have calculated that. एक बच्चे ने मुझे कहा कि सर अगर हम अकाउंट बना लें तो वो भी कर सकते हैं। 17 का अकाउंट बना लें, उसका कैरी डाउन ब्रॉडन बन जाएगा, फिर 18 का बना के उसका कैरी डाउन ब्रॉडन बन जाएगा, फिर 19 का बना लें, तो आपका टोटल यही आ जाएगा एट द एंड ऑफ 2020, स्टार्ट ऑफ 2020 आ जाएगा 32850. So we are basically done with this. Let's see the next part. 4 नंबर दिए, काम काफी करवाया है. On 1st March, vehicle A was sold in part exchange for vehicle D, and vehicle D cost 42,000, of which 29,200 was paid by check. So prepare the vehicle disposal account, right? So he wanted us to prepare the vehicle disposal account for for 2020. Okay, 1st March को vehicle A was sold in part exchange for vehicle D, cost 42,000, of which 29,200 was paid by check. So I'm not going to solve this part because part exchange of an asset is a compulsory and difficult part of a difficult topic for AS. And remember this, nowadays, whenever there is a full-fledged question of depreciation which comes in the paper, it always have a part of part exchange. It always comes with part exchange. So I'm expecting this in October, November also, that maybe you will find a question of depreciation with part exchange, right? So any problem, you can ask me. Otherwise, thank you very much.